We're not sure what we were going to find when we got to Jasper, but it's exceeded our expectations, even though a lot of the hiking trails are closed. We've got to do some really special things.
Jasper National Park has turned out to be a real treasure. We weren't sure how it would be after the fires, and we knew a lot of the trails would be closed, but we're glad we stayed the 5 days we stayed. It's probably could have stayed longer.
Probably. Yeah, it's a pretty special place.
We're heading north on the Icefields Parkway to Jasper National Park. Stay with us and see some of the amazing places.
The Icefields Parkway.
This is Bow Lake. The drive to the Columbia Icefields was only 160 miles, but it took us 4 hours. They do have a parking lot for free camping. Make your reservation for the tour early. It fills up. Dome Glacier, Athabasca. We boarded the blue bus, and it took us for an 8-minute ride over to where we got onto our special vehicles to ride on the glacier. Whoa, that thing's huge. We boarded our Ice Explorer, which cost $1.3 million for a very slow but gnarly ride.
The world's slowest roller coaster. And this is because we are going to be going down a 30% grade slope. So, for this portion of the journey I will not be speaking so I can focus on my driving, but that gives you a great opportunity to look out the window. So if you're on the left-hand side right now, if you look up, you will see Mount Athabasca, which is one of the tallest mountains in this region. And on the way down, you will get to see Asteroid Alley, where we've had many rock slides. If you're on the right-hand side, you'll get a great view of the Athabasca Glacier, as well as the lake with no name next to it. You'll also be able to see the toe of the glacier hiking trail, Skywalk to Lake, as well as the Icefields Parkway.
Across from the tour company, there's a parking lot, and you can walk the path. It looked like it was quite a distance, probably a mile, and but be careful if you walk on the glacier because there are crevasses you can fall into. They also offer guided ice hikes.
No, but the glacier is not stagnant. It does actually move. So sometimes we can get large cracks, and we call those crevasses. There are many villas and crevasses on this glacier. However, where we are going to be driving now and where we are going to be walking, it is graded every day to make sure it's safe for us to be on it.
30% grade of the end going out of here.
Is that my ride?
All right. That's a big ride and that's a slow ride.
It was easier to walk on the white ice than on the blue. The blue was very slippery. The glacier makes its own weather, and we were hit with wind and ice pellets in our face because the cold air on top rushes down and pushes the hot air up.
You guys also notice some of the trees may look stunted and weird on your right-hand side. Some of those trees are called Krupelholz, which is German for crippled tree. And some of these trees, even though they may only be a couple feet tall, they're actually a couple hundred years old.
Water's just sweeping out of the mountainside. It wasn't easy walking on this ice. It was kind of hard walking on the slushy ice, but the blue ice was slicker, or should I say more slick. Our tour was kind of expensive, but the little blue thing was even more expensive if you don't want to be with a whole bunch of people. They even had their own special parking lot. It looked like a lot of people on the glacier, but we were in the early season, or shoulder season. They say it gets a lot busier in July and August.
Into one. If you see a bamboo stick with a yellow circle, that says caution. Please watch your step in those areas.
We had a pretty big area to visit, but we had to stay within a certain boundary, so we didn't fall into any unsafe areas. All of the employees are from Canada, and they live in special housing when they're working. The rocks that are left after the glaciers are called moraine, and we did see some mountain goats climbing. Once we left the ice explorers, we jumped back on the bus, and they took us over to the Skywalk. What a view. We're on the Skywalk. Once we finished our walking on the Skywalk, a bus would show up and take us back to where we started every 15 to 20 minutes for the short 10-minute drive back to our vehicle. We have lots more adventures ahead and hope that you'll join us as we finish touring this part of the Canadian Rockies. Five glaciers from one point. It was a long day, but we made it to Jasper. So at 7:30 at night, we take the historical tour. You meet here. The Historic Visitors Center and National Park Office was untouched by the fire from 2 years ago. It was interesting to see where the fires had hit, right in the middle of town, the gas station. And the fire went through both campgrounds. We stayed in Whistler, and across the street was the Wapiti campground. Miles and miles of the forest were burned in this area, but it was still beautiful. For sure appreciating the rain after our big day yesterday. A good excuse to do nothing but read a book in Jasper National Park. This is our little loop. We weren't sure what we would think of Jasper, but we really enjoyed our time here. They had evicted the grizzly bear. I'm not sure how. We'll show you around the surrounding areas in our next video, even though a lot of the hiking trails were closed because of the fire.